The worship that I believe it touches people profoundly is worship which is not sentimental but is real. And I think that there's a temptation, particularly in North America where I work for about 3 months a year, to try to please people or to try to give people what they want in case they don't come back and the church runs short of money. But the worship I believe touches people is when what happens connects with both the scripture and the lives of the people. Now I remember this happened for me in a fairly dramatic way. The first time I went into an Episcopal church was when I was 19, and it was in Glasgow, and it was St Mary's Cathedral, and it was in Maundy Thursday, because when I lived at home in Kilmarnock I usually went to the Holy Week services. Now here's this church in which there's candles, which we didn't have in Kilmarnock, and in which there's a robed choir, which we never had either. And it's Maundy Thursday, and it comes to the end of the service, and we begin to read Psalm 22, my God, why have you forsaken me? And as it's read, the choir take off their gowns and they begin to take all the stuff out of the church. They take the cross, they take the candles, they begin to move chairs, and the lights are going out, and we're still reading this terrible psalm about how there's a victim who is being besieged by people who want to tear at his throat and end his life. And it ends in darkness, and then the congregation leaves without talking to each other. And I remember it was a conversion experience for me. I was more profoundly moved by that than by anything else, because somehow the action of worship, the reading of that psalm, and how I could run away from Jesus or be one of the people who persecute him, all these became real. And this was not something which was staged for emotion. This was something which was replicating in symbolic fashion what happened on the night in which Jesus was betrayed. It wasn't just the Last Supper, it was the abandonment of the disciples afterwards. Now when we're able, and there's no, it's not as if there's some formula, but when we're able to connect the words of Scripture to the experience of human life, then people either in joy or in regret will feel touched by God.